What if I told you that the entire world you know, the language you speak, the city you live in, even the phone in your hand, was shaped by choices made thousands of years ago? What if I told you that the screen you're watching right now, the way you travel, the food on your plate, even the freedoms you fight for, are not accidents? They are the echoes of history. And before we begin this journey, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can travel through history with us. Because this is not just the story of kings and empires. It's about survival and ambition, about dreams and mistakes, about ordinary people shaping extraordinary moments. This is not just history. This is the story of us, the story of the world. 20,000 years ago, the Earth was colder, harsher. Tribes huddled around firelight every day, a fight to survive. One bad hunt, one freezing winter, and everything could end. But humans adapted. We carved tools from stone. We painted dreams and hunts onto cave walls, turning memory into art. And then came a breakthrough that would change everything: farming. Seeds turned into fields, villages became towns. Surplus food meant spare time, and spare time meant invention. The first cities rose in Mesopotamia, the land between two rivers. Picture clay houses pressed together, smoke drifting into the sky, markets alive with trade. Here, humans invented writing, not for poetry or stories, but for taxes. Clay tablets recorded debts, harvests, and laws. Civilization had begun. Egypt followed. The Nile turned desert into life. Pharaohs built pyramids, tombs that were also messages carved in stone. We were here, we mattered. Across the sea, Greece gave us philosophy, democracy, and theater. The voices of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle still echo in our laws and classrooms. Rome went further. Roads spanned continents. Aqueducts carried water for miles. Legions marched with precision unmatched for centuries. Rome dreamed of a world united under one rule. But power is fragile. Corruption, greed, and invasion broke Rome apart. Europe splintered, the ancient world had ended, and a new chapter was waiting. Some called it the Dark Ages, but the world was not dark. It was shifting. In Baghdad, scholars of the Islamic Golden Age preserved ancient knowledge and created new. Algebra, astronomy, medicine, all flourished. Libraries overflowed with books while Europe struggled. Further east, China's dynasties gave the world paper, gunpowder, and the compass, tools that would one day reshape the planet. Then came thunder from the steppes, the Mongols. Under Genghis Khan, they built the largest land empire in history. The Silk Road carried silk, spices, and ideas. Meanwhile, Europe slowly awoke. The Renaissance brought light. Michelangelo's chisels turned stone into life. Leonardo da Vinci filled notebooks with machines centuries ahead of his time. But the real revolution was Gutenberg's printing press. For the first time, knowledge wasn't locked in the hands of kings or priests. Books spread, ideas spread, revolutions were coming. Explorers set sail across oceans. Columbus reached the Americas. Vasco da Gama circled Africa. Magellan's ships circled the globe. Maps once filled with blank spaces now carried coastlines and borders. But every discovery came with shadows. The Columbian Exchange carried potatoes and corn to Europe, but also diseases that wiped out millions in the Americas. The slave trade began, tearing millions from Africa to fuel European wealth. Progress was never free. It was bought with lives. The Industrial Revolution roared. Villages turned into cities. Steam engines shook the ground. Smoke darkened skies. Factories brought goods once fit for kings into ordinary homes, but at a price. Children worked in mills. Families crowded into tenements. Rivers turned black with waste. Meanwhile, revolutions erupted. In America, colonists declared independence. In France, revolutionaries stormed the Bastille. In Haiti, enslaved people, led by Toussaint Louverture, rose and won freedom, the only successful slave revolt to create a nation. The modern world was being born in fire, sweat, and revolution. The 20th century became the bloodiest in history. World War I scarred the land with trenches and poison gas. World War II leveled cities, unleashed nuclear fire, and revealed horrors of the Holocaust. Yet even from devastation came rebirth. The United Nations rose. Nations across Africa and Asia broke free from colonial rule. Civil rights movements demanded justice. Technology leapt forward. Flight, electricity, space travel, the computer, the internet. Humanity was now global. But with power came risk. The same technology that connects us can divide us. The same progress that saves lives can threaten the planet itself. The story of the world isn't just about kings or empires. It's about survival and sacrifice, ambition and failure, hope and resilience. Every invention you use, every right you enjoy, every struggle you face was carved from history by those who came before. But here's the truth. History isn't behind us, it's inside us. We carry it every day in our languages, our beliefs, our cities, our dreams, and the story isn't finished. Right now, in this moment, you are part of it. Every choice you make, every step humanity takes is writing the next chapter. So ask yourself, when the story of tomorrow is told, what role will you play? If you want to keep traveling through time with me, uncovering the battles, discoveries, and revolutions that shaped our lives, hit like, comment, share, and subscribe, because history is alive, and it belongs to all of us.